Okay, let's dive right into this explainer and cut through the bureaucracy. Look, if you're a foreigner living in Spain, you already know that navigating the immigration system kind of feels like trying to solve a puzzle in the dark. But today, we're turning on the lights. We are going to figure out exactly how the updated arraigo-familiar permit actually works under the new Royal Decree 1155/2024. So let's look at our roadmap. To keep things strictly practical for you, here is the exact step-by-step roadmap we're following today. First up, a crucial distinction you need to know. Then, step 1, eligibility. Step 2, the document checklist. Step 3, filing. And finally, step 4, timelines. All right, let's jump straight into section 1, the crucial distinction. Now, before we look at any requirements, we actually need to stop right here. This is hands down the biggest point of confusion for applicants. Basically, if your child holds Spanish nationality, you do not need arraigo-familiar. You actually fall under a totally separate regime called residence as a family member of a Spanish citizen. But, and this is a big but, if your child is a national of another EU, EEA, or Swiss state, say a French or German citizen living with you in Spain, well, then you are exactly where you need to be. This explainer specifically covers the rules for family members of those other European nationals. Moving right along to step 1, are you eligible? What's really great here is that the rules have recently been simplified and narrowed down to just 2 distinct paths. Route 1 is the minor route. Essentially, you must be the parent or guardian of a minor from another EU, EEA, or Swiss state. You've got to have them in your care and live together, or at least prove you're meeting your parental obligations. Now, Route 2 is the disability route. This one is for a relative who directly supports an EU, EEA, or Swiss person with a disability. Again, they must be in your care and you must live together. So if you check either of those boxes, boom, you pass the first test. And honestly, here is the absolute best news of this entire process. This is the only arraigo pathway that completely skips the usual 2-year rule. Literally 0 minimum stay is required in Spain before you can apply. So if you meet the family ties we just talked about, you don't have to wait around undocumented. You can start the whole process immediately. How great is that? Now, of course, beyond those family ties, you do have to clear a few standard hurdles. You must be physically in Spain, right? And you cannot be an asylum seeker applying for international protection, nor can you be an EU, EEA, or Swiss citizen yourself. But crucially, and pay attention here, you must prove you have a completely clean criminal record. And not just in Spain. We're talking about any country you've lived in over the last 5 years. Oh, and finally, you just have to pay the required government fee. Okay, let's get into step 2, the document checklist. I highly recommend screenshotting this exact checklist so you have it handy. First up, the official application form, which is the EX10. Next, a full copy of your passport, and by full, I mean every single page, even the blank ones. You're also going to need those clean criminal record certificates for the last 5 years that we just mentioned. Then, depending on your route, you need either the minor's birth certificate showing their nationality and your connection, an official guardianship document, or proof of disability and cohabitation along with the EU citizen's ID. And this is absolutely crucial. Do not skip this. Any foreign documents must have a sworn translation into Spanish and an apostille to be accepted. You'll also need proof of your paid fee using Form 790 Code 052. Got all your paperwork? Great. Let's move to step 3, filing your application. So you essentially have 2 choices for filing, and generally, the foreigner must present it personally, though legal reps can step in for minors or persons with disabilities. Option 1, you can submit it physically at your provincial Oficina de Extranjería, which is the local immigration office. Or option 2, if you have a digital certificate, you can handle the whole shebang entirely online from the comfort of your couch using the Mercurio platform. Honestly, Mercurio is highly recommended just to avoid those notorious long lines. But hey, paper filing is completely fine if you prefer doing things the old school way. And finally, step 4, timelines and rules. Once you hit submit, a very strict bureaucratic clock starts ticking. The authorities have exactly 3 months to process your file and issue a decision. But beware, because in the Spanish system, if 3 months pass and you hear absolutely nothing, well, that silence legally means a refusal. It's a fun little quirk called silencio administrativo negativo. But let's look on the bright side here. If your application is approved, the clock resets, and you have exactly 1 month to go in person and get your physical residence card, which is known as the TI card. Now, before we wrap up, I really need to flag a massive piece of missing information from the official government instruction sheet. It's known as Hoja 31. This document outlines the process, but wild as it sounds, it completely omits how long this arraigo-familiar permit actually lasts. Because of this missing info, you absolutely must check your own individual approval decision when it arrives. That specific resolution is literally the only place you're going to find your expiration date. Seriously, do not guess on this. Check your own paperwork. As a quick reminder, please keep in mind that this explainer serves strictly as informational guidance, not legal advice. You should always verify the latest details and check the official step-by-step guides on the government portal at inclusion.gov.es. Look, bureaucracy is basically designed to be intimidating, but with a clear roadmap, the unknown suddenly becomes totally manageable. So, now that you hold the keys to navigating the system, what is your family's new chapter in Spain going to look like?
That was a quick overview. On our website you'll find step-by-step guides to many procedures, the Padrón, the health card, the NIE, the TIE, legalization, and more. The link is in the description. And if you get stuck, message our Telegram bot. We'll walk you through for free, step by step.